Hey, you all. I just wanted to drop a nugget to encourage you about something that God has placed on my heart. Um, and the question is, what fruit are you eating? Or what are you eating? Um, a lot of times, what we eat will eventually affect our bodies in a certain way. Rather, if we're eating a lot of junk food that can build on pounds, or if we're eating healthy, or if we're cutting our portions, it can benefit our bodies in a good way, or it can benefit our bodies in a bad way. So it's the same with eating things spiritually, meaning, are we eating fruit of the spirit, or are we eating the fruit of the flesh? So I wanted to read a reference from John 14 in verse 4 and 5. In the Amplified, it says, "Dwell in me, and I will dwell in you. Live in me, and I will live in you. Just as no branch can bear fruit of itself without abiding in, being vitally united to, the vine, neither can you bear fruit unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever lives in me, and I in him, bears much abundant fruit. However, apart from me, cut off from vital union with me, you can do nothing." So that Jesus is encouraging that apart from him, we can't bear fruit. We can't live a righteous, a holy, and loving life. But when we are controlled by the flesh, then we eat the fruits of the flesh, which is sin. Now, we all fall short of God's glory. We all do. But it's when we live and eat habitually the fruit of the flesh, which is sin, it can cause for us to be sick, which can bring upon consequences. It can contaminate us. It can draw us further away from God's presence, to where we're not at peace with God. We're not loving God. We're not obeying God. We're not living in his presence. We're not living in a way that would be pleasing to him, but we're pleasing ourselves. We're pleasing our flesh, or we're pleasing people, but obedience is what will please God, so being humble is what God requires. He requires for us to be humble as much as possible, to become like little children, to know that God is in control, to know that he is sovereign. He's the master. We're the servant. We're the little kids. So I just wanted to drop this off, and I just wanted to encourage you all with this, to examine each day what you eat. Eat from Jesus. Abide in Jesus. Love Jesus. and obey Jesus. All right. Well, that's it. I pray that you all have a blessed day, a blessed night, a blessed evening, a blessed noon. I pray that God may continue to bless you more and more spiritually, and that He may provide with all the things that you may need or anything that you may be lacking, and that you continue to be a blessing to others. So, all right. Bye.